You're listening to the Balanced Educator Podcast, episode number 147.
Welcome to the Balanced Educator. We're your hosts, Kaylee
and Josiane from EduCalm. Our intention is to equip and empower you to feel more calm, balanced, and joyful in all aspects of your life. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of 2022. Happy New Year! We wish you the best 2022, full of health, adventures, love, all the good things. Our first episode of 2022 is a super practical and applicable one. We are teaching you something that you can apply in your classroom right away. So, are you like us, always looking for social emotional learning and self-regulation strategies to add to your teacher toolbox? In today's episode, we share an awesome no-prep mindfulness activity for that toolbox. It's an all-around feel-good activity and a student favorite too, and a great one to start to kick off the new year with your students with. It's called A Memory That Brings Me Joy. We tell you exactly how to do this exercise in your classroom, and we provide you with everything you need to do it right away. But before we get into the show, we're excited to share this week's sponsor. Are you a teacherpreneur or a teacher that runs a side hustle? Need a website ASAP? Or maybe your website needs a little facelift? If you don't have the budget for a full-on custom design, listen up. The Styled Square creates fully customizable Squarespace website templates that are so easy to use, but more importantly, their websites are built for seamless user experience that will lead to conversion, aka making money. And who doesn't love that? Think of the templates as your website building blueprint. Grab a coffee and make the template your own. Just change the fonts, colors, and imagery, and boom, a beautiful and functional website at a fraction of the price. Isn't that just the best? To learn more about the Styled Square website templates, head to thestyledsquare.com and use our exclusive promo code to save 15%, Balanced Educator 15. Goodbye, website struggle bus. Hello, Styled Square. All right, let's dive in. And to start, I just want to talk about the brain. The brain. The brain is so very powerful. It's so powerful that when we're imagining something like the stressful meeting we have later today or the delicious chocolate cake we're going to savor for dessert, our body responds to those thoughts as though they are happening for real. So we've talked about this before, but when we think about a stressful situation, your body actually feels stressed. And when you imagine a chocolate cake, your body feels hungry. That is what we call the mind-body connection. So, the fun part here is that we can leverage this super simple knowledge in the classroom in so many ways, especially when we're looking for calm and focus so that we can tackle academics efficiently. So today I'm sharing one way with you. There's lots of ways out there, but I am sharing one way. So to help our students to self-regulate, to feel their best, and to get them ready for calm and focused learning, we can ask them to imagine a memory that brings them joy. So to make this super no prep easy for you, because we're all about that, we created an audio in English and then also one in French that you can listen to with your students. So I'm going to end today's episode with both versions, but I'll also add the link to these audios in our show notes. You can read our show notes at www.educalm.com/TBE 147. So again, that's educalm, educalme.com/TBE as in the Balanced Educator 147, which is the number of this episode. So the audio walks students through imagining a memory they have that brings them joy and makes them feel good. And it brings out the emotions they want to have in their bodies. So in the 5-minute audio, we prompt students to really reflect on how their memory feels, what it looks like, what it smells like, what it sounds like, and what it tastes like. So they get really into the nitty-gritty. We get them to come up with a feel-good memory and then to really think of it through their 5 senses. So by imagining their memory in such details, it makes them feel like they are really there, which sends good feeling emotion signals to their body. Again, the mind-body connection. So after you listen to the audio with the students, the audio is 5 minutes long. Again, I'll have it at the end of this episode for you. And also you can find the link in our show notes. But after you listen to it as a class, you can discuss the memories that the students had. And taking that time to really connect and reflect will help students to learn and to apply this new tool in a deeper way. So the tool being thinking of the memory that brings them joy. So you can even take this a step further by asking your students to write about their memory in a journal entry. You could also ask them to draw an image of their memory, or you could ask them to do both, write about it and draw it. You could add movement to this connect and reflect practice and ask them to act out their memory. You could also hone into the 5 senses by getting them to describe what their memory looks like, sounds like, smells like, etc. You can also ask them how they felt after imagining their memory. So comparing the before and after emotions-wise, what they're feeling in their bodies. Another awesome conversation that you can have, or getting them to answer this question in journal format, is how can we use the strategy in real life, in day-to-day life? You know, when things go wrong, when we're feeling big emotions, how can we leverage this strategy? One thing I like to do with my students is ask them this question, but then create a list with them of all the times that this strategy could be useful, and then leaving the list up. So like putting it on a poster and then putting it up in the classroom so that we have it to refer to later when, you know, the big emotions arise. So anyway, with this phase of connect and reflect, kind of talking about what was in the audio, what came up in our own bodies and our thoughts, all of that, get really creative. The more time you spend in this like phase of reflecting on this, a memory that brings me joy strategy, the more students will internalize the strategy and then use it on their own later, which means self-regulation, right? And self-regulation means easier classroom management for you. So we recommend that you use this A Memory That Brings Me Joy audio at least 5 to 10 days in a row to really cement the strategy of thinking of a feel-good memory to find calm and focus. We say it all the time on this show, but repetition is key here. You guys have heard us say this so many times. Routine and repetition are the keys to success when it comes to social emotional learning and self-regulation. So this awesome mindful strategy can be pulled out of the SEL toolbox anytime you feel tension or energy levels rise up in the classroom, or if a student is having a tough day. So it's not just something that you're just meant to do, you know, every morning for 10 mornings and then forget about it. Okay. This can be pulled out anytime. If a student is having a big emotion, we can get them to start thinking about a memory that brings them joy. And this will send good feeling emotions to their bodies, which will help them to feel better and in turn become more calm, focused, and ready for learning. So this isn't just a strategy that's meant to do and put away. It's one that we can use over and over and over again, but students won't be able to use it unless we practice it when they're already calm over and over and over again. That's why we say 5 to 10 days in a row minimum. So the Memory That Brings Me Joy audio is in the EduCalm program. For those of you who don't know, EduCalm is an evidence-based online social emotional learning and mindfulness program for the K-12 classroom made by teachers. And it's a no prep program. So everything inside the program is already ready to use. There's no prep required. And so this audio is one of the most loved audios, like in my experience and in our clients' experience. Like, this is one of the ones that students will ask for over and over and over again, because it's just such a feel good, happy strategy. So after listening to this audio, if you want access to more audios, breathing exercises, and mindfulness activities for the classroom like this one, when you sign up for the free trial, the EduCalm free trial, you'll get unlimited access to the first unit of the EduCalm program, and it never expires, so you can use it for years and years to come. So this will give you enough ready-to-use resources for a whole month of daily mindfulness practices. Just press play. So if you do this activity, a memory that brings you joy, with your students for 5 to 10 days, and then you move on to the free trial with your students, that's like 6 weeks of social emotional learning, like already ready to go. Just press play. So your exit ticket for today is to sign up for the free trial. And you can do that by going to educalm.com/free. educalm.com/free. And get ready for calm and focused learning, no prep required. But before I let you go, I want to leave you with the 2 audios. So again, you can find a link to them in our show notes at educalm.com/TBE147. Again, educalm, educalm.com/TBE147. Or you can remember what time it starts at and listen with your students directly from here. So the English one will start at approximately 13 minutes, and the French one starts at approximately 18 minutes. We wanted to make sure to have the audios in this episode to give you the opportunity to listen to them in advance, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into for this lesson with your students. So happy listening, and enjoy learning this super useful, practical, mindful strategy in your classroom, and have an awesome week.
Welcome to EduCalm. Let's start our practice. First, sit in a position that feels comfortable for you today. There's no right way to sit. Just choose what feels best for you. Now, choose if you want to close your eyes or keep them open. If you want to keep them open, choose to focus on the floor or your feet. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Take a deep exhale. Breathe deeply like this 3 more times, counting your inhales silently in your head. Now, allow your breath to find its natural rhythm, flowing in and out of your nose in its own time. Notice how your breath feels in your body. As you inhale, feel how your body rises. As you exhale, notice how you become more relaxed. Now, think of a memory that brings you a lot of joy. In this memory, are you alone or with other people? Where are you in this memory? Are you inside or outside? What do you see in front of you? What colors surround you? Remember your joyful memory in as many details as possible. In this memory, what do you smell? Does it smell like flowers? Or does it smell like food? Does it smell like anything at all? Imagine the smells of your memory in as many details as possible. In this memory, do you taste something? If so, what do you taste? What does it taste like? Is it sweet or salty? Imagine the tastes of your memory in as many details as possible. In your memory, what can you hear? Is it quiet or loud? Are there people talking or laughing? Is there music or people singing? Remember the sounds of your memory in as many details as possible. When we think of a memory that brings us joy, we can fill our body with joyful emotions to feel good. We can use this strategy anytime we want to feel joy in our day. To end our practice, let's take a deep breath together. Inhale. Exhale. Notice how that feels. Thank you for sharing your practice and your awesomeness with us today. And remember, you have the power to create joyful emotions in your body.
Bienvenue à Éducalme. Commençons notre pratique. Premièrement, assis-toi dans une position confortable. Il n'y a pas de bonne ou de mauvaise façon de s'asseoir. Choisis ce qui se ressent bien dans ton corps. Maintenant, choisis si tu veux garder tes yeux fermés ou ouverts. Si tu veux les garder ouverts, place ton attention par terre ou à tes pieds. Prends une inspiration profonde avec ton nez et remplis ton ventre d'air. Prends une grande expiration de ton nez et ressens ton ventre se vider. Compte 3 autres respirations profondes dans ta tête. Maintenant, laisse ta respiration trouver son rythme naturel. Remarque comment ta respiration te fait sentir. Lorsque tu inspires, ressens l'espace qui grandit dans ton corps. Lorsque tu expires, remarque comment tu deviens plus relax. Pense à un souvenir qui t'apporte beaucoup de joie. Dans ce souvenir, es-tu seul ou avec d'autres personnes? Où es-tu dans ce souvenir? Es-tu à l'intérieur ou à l'extérieur? Que vois-tu devant toi? Quelle couleur est-ce qu'il y a autour de toi? Souviens-toi de ton souvenir en autant de détails que possible. Dans ce souvenir, qu'est-ce que tu sens? Est-ce que ça sent comme des fleurs ou comme de la nourriture? Est-ce que ça sent comme quelque chose du tout? Souviens-toi des senteurs de ton souvenir en autant de détails que possible. Dans ce souvenir, est-ce que tu goûtes quelque chose? Si oui, qu'est-ce que tu goûtes? Comment est-ce que ça goûte? Est-ce que c'est sucré ou salé? Souviens-toi des goûts de ton souvenir en autant de détails que possible. Dans ce souvenir, qu'est-ce que tu peux entendre? Est-ce que c'est silencieux ou bruyant? Est-ce qu'il y a des personnes qui parlent ou qui rient? Est-ce qu'il y a de la musique ou des personnes qui chantent? Souviens-toi des sons de ton souvenir en autant de détails que possible. Lorsqu'on pense à un souvenir qui nous apporte de la joie, on peut remplir notre corps avec des émotions joyeuses pour se sentir vraiment bien. On peut utiliser cette stratégie n'importe quand qu'on veut ressentir de la joie dans notre journée. Pour terminer notre pratique, prenons une grande respiration ensemble. Inspire. Expire. Remarque comment tu te sens. Et n'oublie pas, tu as le pouvoir de créer des émotions de joie dans ton corps.